Approximately 20,000 residents of the Kursk region have applied for housing certificates after their homes were destroyed as a result of Putin's illegal invasion of Ukraine. Before this tragic event, their houses were intact and in good condition. An American propagandist for Russia Today who claimed there were biolabs in Ukraine developing biological weapons against Slavs, among other things, has died. Scott Bennett had previously requested Russian citizenship. Despite all this, he passed away in Satanist, California. He was also interrogating Ukrainian POWs in Mariupol. Fragment of video showing a Ukrainian drone firing on enemy positions in a tree line southeast of Velika Novosilka, using a mounted gun. Zelensky commented on leadership reform in the armed forces of Ukraine. Generals must be in the trenches. A general who hasn't been on the front lines is not a general to me, regardless of experience, he stated. The reforms led by Commander-in-Chief Syrskyi focus on reducing bureaucracy and bridging the gap between soldiers and leadership. Plans include a shift to a core brigade structure to improve morale and efficiency. Ukraine has a real chance to end the war next year, Zelensky said. He noted that U.S. President-elect Trump's proposals will become clearer in January. As for Putin, he aims to push Ukraine out of the Kursk region before Trump's inauguration on January 20th, 2025, to project control he doesn't truly have. The Rashists proudly show footage of shelling Kherson with MLRS. The fact that there are civilians in the city doesn't concern these bastards at all. Congressman McCall, if we allow Putin to take over Ukraine, we are projecting weakness. This would invite more aggression from Mr. Putin. He believes that the fall of Ukraine not only threatens the entire Eastern Europe, but may empower the unholy alliance of Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, particularly in the Indo-Pacific, leaving Taiwan vulnerable to Chinese attack.
But I have to say, is the United States' posture in the world stronger or weaker if we allow Mr. Putin to invade and take over all of Ukraine? I think it's weaker. We're projecting weakness, not strength. That would invite more aggression from Mr. Putin. It also impacts Chairman Xi and his calculus looking at Taiwan in the Indo-Pacific. Moldova would certainly fall within a day, as would Georgia. And then all of Eastern Europe would be under the threat and the dark cloud of Russian aggression. So therefore, if past is prologue, if we could have stopped Hitler in 1939, my dad wouldn't have had to participate in that war. And I think the goals are similar in this case. And I think when you go to Ukraine, they say, we're fighting for you, so you don't have to fight this war. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. They are fighting this conflict for us, and it's our moral obligation and responsibility to stop aggression where it exists, to defend freedom and democracy against what is becoming now between Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, a very formidable adversary alliance, of the unholy alliance that I call it.
Fresh footage from the city of Avdiivka, reduced to rubble by the Rashists. The liberation of the city from life was a success. Now the Russian world has fully taken root here. Russian forces have adopted a devastating strategy of advancing by systematically destroying cities in Ukraine. Using relentless artillery barrages, missile strikes, and air attacks, they reduce urban areas to rubble, forcing civilians to flee and undermining resistance. This tactic was starkly evident in cities like Mariupol and Bakhmut, where infrastructure was obliterated and thousands of civilians were trapped or killed. This scorched earth approach eliminates defensive positions but comes at the cost of immense civilian suffering and long-term rebuilding challenges. Analysts suggest it reflects Russia's inability to secure advances through precise or conventional military means, relying instead on overwhelming destruction to achieve incremental territorial gains. UK troops have been teaching Ukrainian soldiers how to disable landmines, munitions, and other explosive devices. It's part of Operation Interflex, a UK-led initiative involving 12 other NATO allies and partners.
For when it comes to discardables. Right. But as we know, it could be booby-trapped as well, alright?
With regards to mine warfare, okay, my teams would have spray paint at hand, good to go. Okay, they also have Python, which is an armoured vehicle that punches through. Okay, you're going to keep your legs comfortable, okay, as you may be, but however, ensure you're within the safe lane. Okay, if you want to take a break, okay, you can stand up, you can shake off, okay, and then from there, you can reassess situation and go back down. Times you go to ensure, okay, but you're aware of your surroundings at all times.
Kind of a walking stick. It looks like a walking stick. So it's
Все, коли відмітиш. Зафіксувати інструмент.
A lot of them do come straight from the front line. They'll come back here. So I will say that I do respect that they're coming here, they're taking on the lessons. Most of them are fully into it, trying to learn everything that they can to take away, to go back to then fight back on the front lines. Working with all these other nations it goes to show that this war is quite a big deal as to how it's going on. And it does make it seem like a much more important job, since you've got Australians, you've got Swedes, you've got a bunch of other nations from NATO that are working with us. It just goes to show it's a much bigger thing than a lot of people seem to realise now. It's bigger more than it was before. I do feel kind of proud as to the fact that we are teaching these Ukrainians what the essential skills that they need to win this war, so they can go home and do just that.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.